I sat down to play my next important game in the Menorca Blitz chess tournament. And in this round, I was facing a player from Kazakhstan who was around 20 years old or 21, and his name was Damirali Mazgumov, rated 1881. So I was higher rated than him, and I felt pretty confident, but something told me this could be a good blitz player. So it took a little while before the game actually started. We were looking around, and this is what happens always at chess tournaments, that they really got to make sure that everyone is sitting down and everything, and you do some chit chat before the game. And speaking of chit chat, I can chit chat with you and tell you that today is my dad's birthday. So please wish him happy birthday in the comments. It's going to make him very, very, very happy. He's been a part of this channel for a long time, and he's the greatest dad. Very, very happy to have him as my dad. So wish him happy birthday. Well, anyways, this is not what I was thinking about in this moment. I was just waiting for the game to start. And then finally, the arbiter said it was time to shake hands and start the clock. So it became a Sicilian opening, which I feel really confident with. I don't know why I was kind of smiling. I must have been thinking about something very positive. But anyways, I wasn't sure if I should go now knight c6, but this is what I always play. So I thought, okay, let's go ahead and do this. And now I thought, what is he going to do? He went bishop e2, which is a little bit of a slower move, a little bit more passive, but a very good move for white as well. But it's not the sharpest, craziest line that it's going to be. So I went d5 pretty quickly. I've had this position a million times in my life, and I felt very confident right now. So he spent a little bit of time thinking, and I was so far feeling very happy and confident. This tournament hadn't gone my way so far, but I thought this game, hopefully it's going to turn around. This is one of those positions that when I get them, I'm smiling deep inside because I just feel very happy. So even if I'm not smiling on the outside right now, I'm smiling on the inside. He changed pawns, and it was now time for me to figure out where to go with my dark squared bishop. Now, I thought, should I go bishop b4? Should I go bishop d6? Should I go bishop e7? And then I opted for going bishop e7 because it felt like a safer move to prevent any bishop g5s. I castled here, and now my only weakness is this d5 pawn, which is an isolated pawn that I need to ensure I don't lose. So he went a3, very slow position. Doesn't look like anything is crazy right now, but the game was definitely going to turn more crazy with time. So now I had to figure out a plan. Where was I supposed to go with my light squared bishop? And I ended up going bishop e6 because I thought that even if he takes it, I'll get two central pawns, which I thought was fine. He went rook e1, I went rook c8. I was just trying to place all my pieces on natural squares. And the rook on c8 is very good because it's on a semi-open file. So now he went h3. We were both literally just doing all these kind of slow moves. I went a6. Maybe I should here started to defend a bit that bishop on e6, but I was also just playing slow moves. My plan was maybe to go b5, to go knight a5, to go knight c4. These were all my different ideas here, or maybe even go knight e5, knight c4. I thought that maybe knight to c4 is where I want to have it. He went bishop f3, now putting a bit more pressure on my pawn. And I decided to go knight e5, simply threatening that bishop. And I thought, okay, if I'm able to take that bishop, I'll be very happy because then he will lose one of the pieces that can for a long time attack my pawn. So he ended up taking my bishop. And at first I thought, okay, should I take his bishop, or, you know, should I take back the knight? I wasn't exactly sure. I ended up taking the knight, which is fine. Maybe I should have taken that bishop, but I ended up taking the knight back, which also makes a lot of sense. And my idea was now that I'll probably be able to take that bishop later, and if not, he's going to spend the tempo going back, which means that he will have lost the whole move. So I was quite happy here. I had a lot of time as well. He only had a minute left, and I had 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This was speedy Anna that was playing. Very fast Anna, this game. And now I decided to go back. I was threatening to win a piece with d4. Was he going to see it? Well, of course he was going to see it, but what was he going to do to stop it? My other idea was to bring my pawn up to e5 and then go d4. So there was one move that I thought that he might do here, which would stop a lot of different ideas, but he was spending a lot of time, which made me feel very confident because I thought that he's gonna get soon into time trouble and I have a better position. So in my brain in this moment, I was thinking easy win. I was thinking this is gonna be great, but now he made a fantastic move. Bishop g5. This move stops my idea now with pushing my pawn to e5. So I went d4, and this was not such a great idea because now I've kind of pushed that pawn one step too far. My pawn on e6 is a bit weak. So I took and he took and I took. He went knight e4, threatening my bishop, and I could sense some kind of signs of relief right now. I went bishop e7, and now he went bishop g4. And now my position was turning around. Literally from the moment when I was thinking easy win, the easy win was not going to be easy whatsoever. And the problem was now that I thought, okay, I can go something like queen d5 or queen d7, but I realized that no matter what, I'm losing that pawn because he can go, there's so many different moves, intermediate moves that he can do. So for instance, if I go queen d5, he can go knight f6 check, and then he can go bishop takes e6, and I'm losing my queen. If I go queen d7, it's the same thing. So I realized that I cannot defend that e6 pawn, and that is a huge issue. So I decided to go queen d5 to test him and hope that he wouldn't see it. And he went now knight c3. And I was just obviously here pretty sad because he'd seen all these ideas of moving the knight, and this was now a great position for him. And he was not just in a great position, but he was winning with 30 seconds on the clock. And I was realizing that, wait, the game is slipping away from my hands. He's finding all these great tactical moves instantly. What am I doing? And am I gonna lose this game? So I realized that I would lose my rook, and well, I would get an exchange. So that was something I thought. Took on c8. I took his knight to try to complicate things a little bit more, but he found this great intermediate move b4 as well. He was playing this fantastically with confidence, best moves, everything, and I just thought, wow, he's 1800, but he's finding all these incredible moves. I mean, 1800 is a high rating, of course, but when you play someone that's lower rated than you, you somehow just think that you're gonna figure it out, but he was the one figuring it out right now. I went bishop f6. I was still not going to resign. I was still going to fight. He still only had 20 seconds on the clock. So I thought I can still do this. But he was smart. He wanted to trade queens, which is exactly what he should do. And now he found another great move, which was rook e8. Now the problem is that if I take, it's going to be checkmate. And there is no way for me to really defend that rook apart from going king g8. But to king g8, he has bishop e6 check. So I needed to find a different way of defending that rook, and I didn't see anything apart from going bishop e7 and defending. So he took my rook, I took it back, and now he went queen e8. And here I once again, because I can't go queen c5, I couldn't find another move to defend that bishop. And now someone was watching my game, and I just kept thinking, oh, I hope nobody sees this game. I hope nobody stands around and sees it. And then you might think, but Anna, why are you showing it to all your YouTube subscribers? Well, because I show everything. I show the good and the bad, the good and the ugly. What is the saying? I don't know, but that's the saying, right? I show everything. And this is part of chess. And this game was not going my way. And I now had, of course, very little time as well. I was just trying to survive. I was trying to come up with some good idea. But here I went g6 just so I wouldn't get checkmated. But here now I was going to be losing another piece. And now I took here, and there was just not really much to do. I was still fighting, but there wasn't really much to do. And here I lost on time, but I could also have resigned. And he said that I had a fantastic position, and I told him that I kind of gambled on him not finding this tactical move after queen d5, and he was laughing. But I also didn't really have anything better at that point. I just missed how strong bishop g4 was. So I quickly went wrong from having a great position to just getting a lost position. But like I said, that is part of chess and chess tournaments. And we talked a bit after the game, and he was very friendly. And he's actually quite a lot higher rated in classical. He's like 1990, I think, classical, so almost 2000. So he's a good player. He's a good player. And this is how it is. But there were more games to come, and the next few games in this tournament were going to be very, very exciting. So I hope you want to see more games. And once again, wish my dad happy birthday. It's going to make his day in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and have an incredible day. Bye-bye.